Hello and welcome to this eBay auction of this Seiko5 watch with a rather interesting patterned black dial. This is actually one of my favourite Seiko5s in my collection. One that I've worn. This is not a watch I've worn a few times. I've worn this many times. I've owned it for a good few years. But it's since been, operationally it's fine, but it's just been supplanted by other watches. So, what do we get here? This is a Seiko5 vintage watch. Obviously, there's no, as with one of my recent eBay auction winners who wasn't quite aware what a Seiko5 is, there is no hand winding on this model. The only winding is made by movement. So shaking the watch, having it on your wrist, is the only way to power this watch. So, this is a really, again, I'm not sure of the year. I bought this for eBay myself. I'm guessing 70s, the very latest, early 80s. It's got a really interesting black dial. I don't know, the camera will get it off. It's actually I thought it was, when I first got this, I thought it was plain black, but it's actually patterned. You only get it in certain lights. It's really interesting. It's not a plain black dial. It has got a pattern to it. It's got date. It's quite everything works in this watch. It's very reliable. Crown, got kind of like a slightly recessed crown. Got quite a nice thick case back. Typical Seiko case back. It's a very good condition. I think in its early life this was not worn much at all, this watch. What to say about this watch? Also, it is the crown comes out, the first position, where you can change the day quite happily. Other direction changes the, sorry, this direction changes the date quite happily. Other direction changes the day quite happily there. The second position of the crown changes the hours. Changes the hours. It's quite a small crown, quite recessed. It's all original though. Goes back nicely. Now, I did struggle for a bit for a strap for this watch. Strangely enough, the strap that actually seems to be custom fit for this watch, because it's actually got quite a strange figure. I actually bought this with no strap, I believe, or a strap that didn't fit. The strap that seems to be custom fit for this watch, it actually fits perfectly. Goes in, you can see here. Actually, it seems to be custom fit for this watch. Is the strap of the famous Casio F91W. This strap, I've changed the buckle out. The black Casio buckle doesn't go well with the watch, with the silver buckle. But this strap seems to be actually custom made for this watch. It's rather strange actually. So I will be also including, because this now has no strap, and I've got another F91W, I will be also including with the auction this Casio F91W. I believe it's a Malaysian F91W, keeps very good time, all original. What's to say about Casio F91W, isn't it? But this will be included as well. So what to say about this watch? Okay, so we can say it's very reliable, doesn't stop. But obviously it's a vintage watch, so I can't offer any guarantees. But for me, this has been my most reliable Seiko I've ever owned. I think it's got a very large spring, because seems to have a very large power supply. I've worn this, put it down, a couple of days later it's still going. So not sure of its power reserve. So I've loosened the case back so we can look at the movement here. You can see Seiko on the rotor there. Can we get that? Yeah. You can see Seiko on the rotor, Seiko on the movement as well. Can't quite see what I'm looking at, but this picks it up quite well. See the sticking away nicely. It's got a swan neck regulator. I've never. This is the first time I've taken this back off. Actually, I never need to take this back off. It's been so reliable. Never needed any work doing to it. It's very good. It's in the movement itself is in very good condition. I just think it must have not seen in its early life. I've used this for quite a while, quite a lot, but in its early life, I don't think it's seen a lot of wear. Sorry, case back. On this, interestingly, look, on this back, someone's put AB with a date of 14/3/18. That's probably about the time. Okay, sorry, phone went. Okay, so, yeah, this has got a date of 14th of 13/18 on this back of this case dial, which is that about the time I bought it or before? Interesting, isn't it? I have no idea what that means. It's got the serial number on the back. As I was saying, movement is great. So that would make more sense that maybe the movement has been recently worked on, because it's a great movement. It seems very, very almost too clean for the year. Yeah, it's quite a high quality Seiko5 this. Right, let's just okay, so yeah, let's go with the measurements. Okay, so it's the strap width, I believe, is 18mm. It's actually quite a strange strap though, because it's a smaller strap here, and it expands out almost perfect for this strap, for this watch strap, which is quite strange because it's actually 18 there. Lug to lug is about 34, 35. Very thick watch, and also quite a heavy watch as well. It's quite a very thick watch here, and you can see sort of quite a very unusual case shape. And the black dial has got this pattern to it, which doesn't quite show up. I'm not sure I can actually show that, and it's very difficult to see. It's actually got like a pattern. It's got some very nice pattern to the dial. It's got an inner ring as well, an inner white ring there. So, sorry about the interruption in the middle of that video, but this is the Seiko5 vintage watch. Included is the F91W as it borrows its strap. Highly recommended. Vintage watch though, can't offer any guarantees, but it's worked for me for many, many years. I just had it running now for 2 days straight and it's been fine. So if there's any questions, please let me know.